Greetings, everyone. Tim Anderson here, aka Renfail, and welcome to the latest episode in the Project Dramond series, which is an overall YouTube series of videos dedicated to the work that's being done on Project Dramond, which is a multi part project being worked on by myself, my wife Chris, and my brother Joey. And today's update is all about the Elven Civil War, which is a pretty major moment in the history of the races of this world, in the sense that this is what basically took the elves and split them into the four different groups that now exist as of today. Um, I've talked about this briefly in some of the past episodes where I think my primary inspiration for a Civil War type environment for elves came from Tad Williams and his Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series. I always loved the way his version of elves kind of were separated into two factions. One who kind of just wanted to get rid of humans completely and eradicate them, and the other which said, no, we're going to let them exist, but we're going to remove ourselves from the day to day and just kind of see how they evolve. And so we have taken that idea and kind of expounded upon it a little bit more, and obviously with our own unique take here in the world that we're building. But the elves before humans came were all one people, and the arrival of humans into the realm of the Fae is what started this. uh, Maybe that wasn't actually what started it. If you have to think back, it's the quantum wars were really what started the elves going, what are these creatures to the south doing? They're disrupting the entire balance of the world. They're doing dangerous things with this energy source that they don't understand and can't really control. That got them extremely concerned. And when they realized that humans were going to be coming into their territory, it created this rift between those who said, hey, these guys are dangerous. Like humans are, they need to be, we need to take care of them. Like they are a threat to our existence. And then there was the other point of view, which is, well, maybe, but shouldn't we give them the benefit of the doubt? They're not immortal like we are. Maybe they just need time to learn, and so there's definitely two different camps, and then those two different camps didn't agree, and then that led to what eventually became the four groups of elves that we have today. Now, it's a lot more complicated than that, and that's why there's a whole backstory for it, which, if you want to read about the backstory, check out the link below, which goes over to the Patreon post for subscribers, where we dive into the totality of the Elven Civil War. And this is all draft one stage right now. We're going to be continuing to work on this as the core rulebook and the storyline progresses over the next few months. Um, but it's been a lot of fun because I previously did a version of Elves in the Saga of Leucemia that were slightly different. Um, and this time around, we're taking that to an all nother, whole nother level. And then also looking at the fact that since I've added quantum technology to the mixture here, we're not dealing with just elemental magic. We've got other forces at work, and that has heavily influenced the elves in terms of how they view the humans and how they view themselves as well. Because previously elemental magic was their domain, and now they're dealing with this other race of beings who have a power that is equal to their own, possibly greater than they own. It remains to be seen how that's all going to play out, which I think is something that's quite interesting because, in the grand scope of things, we kind of have an idea of how we want the story to unfold, but that's only for the first, three books, two or three books in the story arc. And so as we've continued to brainstorm, there's this idea that maybe it doesn't turn out that the elves win in this story. Maybe the elves lose in the long run, and technology takes over, and we see, magic reduced to the past. We don't know how that's going to play out yet. So it's been a lot of fun to play around with the roots of this battle of technology versus magic, and creating this fantasy world where on the one hand you have the Fae, who are basically, I don't want to say they're ruled by the elves. They're not ruled by the elves, but the elves are definitely the most powerful of the Fae races. When you look at like the dwarves and the brownies and halflings and so on and so forth, the elves are definitely the ones who have been around the longest, and they've got the most um, control over the elemental magic, which makes them the more powerful of the races. And they've coexisted with all the others for thousands of years, but at the end of the day, the threat of humans is something that has caused a great upheaval, and it's continuing to cause political strife even today with the current relations between the various factions of elves and humans in the current era, where the story actually picks up for the campaign and the book itself. So, if any of that interests you, you should definitely head over to Patreon and check out the link below to the post on the Elven Civil War and dive into that history a little bit more. Also, don't forget to join our Discord. Links are below. And also, we do TikTok, pretty much daily updates over there between my TikTok and my brother's TikTok. We always drop the links to those in the Discord server, so you definitely want to head over there, come hang out with us. And of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you get updates for all the cool stuff that we do anytime new content's available or when we go live with the stream. So enjoy, everybody stay safe, and we will see you in the next episode.